talking about superheroes today. I have to know by a show of hands, the never-ending debate, Marvel or DC? All right, so who's Marvel? Give me a show of your hands. All right, and DC? Come on, all right, we've got a few DC out there. All right, thank you. Very interesting. So here at OpenShift Commons, we like to celebrate our OpenShift superheroes. And today we'll be celebrating superheroes who fall into these categories. We've got the builder, who contributes to the evolution of OpenShift. We've got the advocate, who amplifies their OpenShift experience and learnings through events, meetups, etc. And then there's the ambassador. The ambassador shares knowledge across diverse teams across the industry and within the organizations. So please take a moment to take that QR code picture and nominate somebody you know in the OpenShift community for our next superheroes. This is the form that will have superheroes at Amsterdam or OpenShift Commons community event at Summit, which will be right back here in Atlanta in May. Larry Green could not be here today, but let's celebrate with a nice round of applause. Okay, and now our first winner who was able to join us today. All right, we've got Luis Duran. Please come up. I'd like to invite you up. He's with ABB. He manages industry initiatives, standards, and market trends in industrial automation process control platforms. He was nominated as an OpenShift advocate. Here's what Esther Guidi had to say about Luis. Luis, you've been our OpenShift evangelist within ABB and in the process automation industry since the beginning of our partnership. Thanks for all your work and trust on Red Hat. Luis has been advocating Red Hat's technology stack, in particular OpenShift within ABB, allowing Red Hat to navigate across the complexity of ABB and enabling cross-collaboration among different teams in ABB and Red Hat. His business acumen and understanding of process automation has been a real asset for Red Hat to make important business cases to further develop the product. So here we are, and I'm going to ask him to tell us about his OpenShift customer journey.
Well, hello everybody, and thank you to Red Hat for the opportunity. I mean, the journey has been interesting. I was, when ABB announced the collaboration with Red Hat about 3.5 years ago, I was a big skeptical on the announcement and the potential for it. The journey has been quite positive, I have to say. The collaboration has been fantastic. Red Hat has been, I mean, some of the other presenters have been kind of hitting on the right points. The scalability, resiliency, the strong collaboration, the ability to handle the connected, disconnected, which we have to address as well, and the security. All of these elements have been great. We have received great support from Red Hat. And kind of for that, we need to, I turn from a skeptic to really more of an advocate. I wouldn't say an evangelist, but being kind of supporting the growth of a relationship. So from that point of view. Thank you.
Excellent. Please stay up on the stage and we'll have some more superheroes join us. Okay, and now our next winner. Let's give it up for Marcus Dobeck with PNC, where he is the VP, Head of Container Orchestration and Cloud Engineering Org. He was nominated as the OpenShift Ambassador, and here's what Daniel Callett had to say about Marcus. Marcus is nominated for the Heavy Metal Ambassador Award for enablement of the bare metal infrastructure provider in support of OpenShift virtualization. Prior to PNC only had a single supported virtualization infrastructure provider for OpenShift. Under the leadership of Marcus, multiple teams were brought together to successfully complete an OpenShift, it's tiny font, so I'm trying to see it. Complete an OpenShift virtualization MVP within the PNC on-premise environment. All right, let's get you some of this, and then I will finish. Excellent. And so at Red Hat Summit 2025, the PNC CTO requested an MVP of OpenShift on OpenShift virtualization, and Marcus was able to call upon the PNC Hair Nation and successfully rock the MVP. Thank you. So I'm going to ask him about his customer journey.
Hair Nation, right? Yeah. So I'll highlight one of the big success items this year with OpenShift. Years ago when I came on, building clusters wasn't a priority. We didn't have a growing environment, and that changed very quickly in 2025. So we went from a handful of clusters to hundreds, and we couldn't take 8 months to build a cluster anymore, or 8 weeks, and we had to be able to build them faster. So with Red Hat's help and support, we were able to get that down to not the 3 hours that was presented before, but we're at about 2 weeks now for a cluster, which is a huge success for us. And also bringing in OSV here is going to make that even faster and less complicated. So appreciate all of that, and want to continue.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Excellent. And our final superhero winner for today is Reynaldo Linares. All right, come on up. Terrific. And he's with Verizon, where he is the principal cloud engineer. He was nominated also for the OpenShift Ambassador Award. Here's what Darren Carpenter had to say about Reynaldo. Reynaldo is a jewel at Verizon. By the time he comes to us, assuming he even needs us, we know he's deep in it and can explain precisely where he stands. He asks excellent questions, advocates OpenShift within his organization, and is an excellent customer to work with. It saddens me that he's so talented. We don't get the pleasure of working with him as often. I love that. So here we go. Let's hear about your customer journey.
Hello, everyone. My name is Reynaldo Linares, but you can call me Ray. This is my first OpenShift Commons, first KubeCon. So if you see me around looking lost, you can come up to me and help me, because I will be probably lost around here and tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. So I've been with Verizon for 3 years now. I started learning Kubernetes 3 years ago through OpenShift first. So Red Hat has a great training program, their learning portal. I learned and passed the EX 180, 280 exams, and that helped me understand what Kubernetes was all about. And then when I started learning Kubernetes vanilla with the whole Kubestronaut exams, CKS, CKA, CKAD, and stuff like that, I learned, wow, OpenShift has a lot of great features built into it. So at work, we have over 100 clusters running OpenShift from 4.7 to 4.14 right now in production. And we're learning that without OpenShift and without all of the different things like SCCs and stuff like that, it will be very difficult to be able to run an enterprise company or applications without any type of issues. So thanks to OpenShift and the excellent product that they have, it allows us to be able to deploy clusters and have all the network functions that are virtualized get deployed out in the clusters. One of the great things that I've seen with the support is whenever I have to work on call, which everybody I'm sure hates working on call, having to wake up if there's anything that happens, but when I do, I feel confident that I can call up Red Hat, create a Pry 1 ticket, and within minutes I'll have them on a bridge and we'll figure it out. If I haven't figured it out by then, I'm sure that they'll have the engineers that will be able to figure it out at whatever time of the day. So thank you for this award.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the three of you being a great OpenShift superhero. So if we can get a pose. I love it. Excellent. And they're taking pictures. Dan's taking pictures right there. All right, let's give another round of applause for our OpenShift superheroes for this OpenShift Commons gathering. Thank you so much for being with us. And so you can see the slide up there. I'm throwing it back up there because anybody who wants to nominate someone to be up on stage in Amsterdam or Atlanta next May, please do so, because you can see here how wonderful of an award it is.